welcome to Killtocraft Podcast episode 20. I am Vanessa. I am 28 and from West Yorkshire. Welcome! You can find me over on Ravelry as Killtocraft, and you can find me on Instagram as Nessa Townley. So, welcome to episode 20. Woo! I want to thank... Oh, sorry for shaking. I want to thank everybody that watches because even though this is the episode 20, I realised just yesterday that actually I've gone over 1,000 subscribers. Yay! So thank you so much for all the support and kindness, and thank you for following me on whatever, like platforms and social media and things like that. And just thank you in general for getting to know me and chattering and being my friends. So thank you. I also have a couple of thank yous as well. I wanted to thank Shannon of Socksetra because she mentioned me on one of her very recent podcasts, and she said some lovely, very sweet and very great things about me, which is really nice. So thank you, Shannon, because I wasn't expecting it at all, and she kind of tagged me in on Instagram and gave me the heads up, and I was like, oh, really? So I went over and watched because I do like Shannon's podcast. She's so funny and she's great. She's just really, she's lively. I'd love to hang out with you, Shannon, because you're great. So if you haven't watched that, which I'm sure you have by now, podcasts are a big thing these days, and pretty much every single one gets watched by most people. So, but if you haven't, go over there and check her out because she is awesome and fun. I've got to say fun. She's totally fun. Another few thank yous to a couple of friends, knitter friends, who sweetly sent me some patterns this week. One of my friends sent me the Fine and Dandy socks, so I'm going to be possibly casting on them quite soon because they look quite simple, and I'll be needing some simple sock gratification in my whips, so I can't wait to cast those on. And then a lovely viewer of the podcast also sent me the Vildesmeer shawl, which I am totally struggling on finding yarn for. I have never struggled at finding yarn for a project ever, and I feel like it needs something of a certain flavour, and I haven't found that yet. And so I'm still searching for yarn for it, which is very frustrating. But I want to say thank you, because if you watched last episode, I really weren't doing too good. I was possibly out of sync a little bit. I'd had some work done with my mouth, and I'd had some incidents with bad mouthwash burning my mouth, and overall I think the whole experience has actually just stressed me out, which you can probably tell because I'm rubbing my hands a lot. I'm getting better, but this past week has been really quite difficult. I've had an anxiety flare-up which I've had to deal with, and I've actually said I've come out the other side quite okay. These past 4 days I've been perfectly fine, except for a little bit of stress that I've been still dealing with, which I think takes just a lot longer to wear off and brush off. So I'm not that I'm saying that anxiety brushes off, because oh my god, it doesn't. I have spent days just distracting myself, which is hard work. Hard work. But it seems to have been working, so that's great. So I just need to get the stress disappeared now. But yeah, so it was just a really kind gesture, and thank you so much, and I will be casting it on when I find the yarn appropriate. It's going to take me forever. So the other things that I want to talk about today is I've got some FOs, some whips, I've got some podcasters I've been watching, I've got a giveaway. Oh. That's right guys, I have got, sorry, the lighting went a bit funny. I have the giveaway to draw for the sweater knit along, which is awesome, and I can't wait. Oh, that went cold quick. I've been writing up quick show notes before I started podcasting. I made myself a pot of tea, but apparently I've left it a bit long. I'm drinking Twinings blackcurrant and rhubarb, which surprisingly enough is quite matchy. And I'm drinking that with my awesome cup with the little feet. And I am using a teapot that I got ages ago from a Mr. Scruff gig that I went to probably about 6 years ago, and I absolutely loved it because it's got the spout on one side, if you can see that, kind of hard to see, spout and handle. I just found it really amusing. But this has been on my shelf for ages unused, and I noticed it the other day and thought, I should use that, because I'd recently been to a tea shop and noticed that when they brought the tea in a teapot about a similar size, that I got like 3 cups of tea out of it, and I was like, maybe I should start using the teapot. So, that's enough babbling about that. You may have noticed as well I've had my hair cut today, so I'm feeling very fresh and new, and I've had it cut shorter and a little bit more crazy to what I'm used to, which is quite fun. Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is my FO that I forgot to show you last week, which I am wearing for you because I didn't forget this week. So this is my True Friend sweater, which was what I made for the sweater cal. How lovely. I absolutely adore it. It has come out super well. Sorry, the light has been very funny with me today. It came out super well. The yarn is lovely. It is slightly pilling, but I blame that on my coat that I've been wearing it with. My coat has like a furry lining on the inside, which is quite a snug fitting coat, and so it brushes it. So I blame that, but it's not too bad, I don't think. Maybe just a little bit, and a bit around the edges on the sides, but it's not too bad. And you can get those brushes these days that take off the excess, so I'm cool. This I made with a homespun house yarn. Why is the light faffing about? I used This is Halloween for the purple, which is a homespun house yarn and is gorgeous. And then for the grey, I used some Zauberwise yarn, which I got from Berlin. Sorry, tickle. Which I had 2 skeins of, but I only needed to use 1 skein. And it fits perfectly. I think I talked about in one of the episodes how I adapted it slightly. But as you can see, I've got rows of stripes in my sleeve because I didn't want the body to be that wide. So instead I finished it at the width that I wanted it to be via my size measurement on the pattern, and I just stopped at that point in the right colour and bound off, and then I just continued in extra stripes. That I was missing from the body really, and then I did my purple sleeves, mainly because if I had of started straight in the purple, the sleeves would have been short, and that made it the right length, so it matched the pattern. So the adaptations were just made to create extra, leave the width where I wanted it, but create the same look in lengths and things as I wanted. So at the bottom I did the same. I stopped shaping here because that's kind of where I needed to stop for the width, and then I just went downwards in the stripes. Works perfectly and I love it. So that's that. And then I have another FO this week. Yeah, I finished my stripy. Stripy, shiny Harry Potter Cal socks. Yay! Oh, and boxer socks, Cal socks. Because there is like 3 triple dipping sock Cals that I can slip these into. So these are amazing. This yarn is the Yule Ball sock from London House Yarns, and I haven't blocked these yet. I have just put them on the blockers so you can look at them. So these are by Steph of London House Yarns, which you can find on Etsy, and she does quite a few different Harry Potter variant colourways, stripy colourways, if you go over and have a look at her store. I don't think she's got much in at the minute because I think everybody went crazy for her last update, which was this week, and she's completely pretty much sold out. So but keep an eye on her shop because she sells some amazing hand-dyed stripy yarns, and these are one of them. So she also kindly sent me, because I'm in love with her yarn, she kindly also sent me a treat, which I kind of hinted that these socks would look awesome if they had glittery heels and toes, which, I'm sorry, they do, right? They do. So she kindly sent me a little gift of some extra yarn for the heels and the toes, and I think they look perfect, absolutely spot on, and they look amazing when they're worn as well. So I need to block those today because I only finished them yesterday. I realised that I didn't have much to do. I had some of the foot left on both of them and the toe, and then just to sew in and graft the ends. So I did that yesterday and I got them finished, which means now I can concentrate on my cabley projects, which are of 2, which are driving me insane, but I love them all the same. So yay! So I'm loving these. I know that Katie said that Inside 23 said that I'm such a bad influence with showing these socks because they've made her want some, and she's now bought some of the exact same yarn. Look at how awesome they are, Katie. Look how awesome they are, Katie! Look at them. You'll have socks that are this awesome. I promise. So the great thing about this is I weighed my yarn after I finished these socks. I still have 48 grams left of sock yarn. So I'm thinking I could make some slightly shorter versions, or some Rose City rollers, which I haven't made yet. So I'm saving those. I've skeined them into 2 little mini skeins. They're like little mini balls, and I'll be saving them for some mini versions of these socks. So I can have a pair, a pair of long version socks and shorter version socks for like spring and stuff like that. So that's super cool. What's next? Whips. So, whips. In my lovely bag that I got from my good friend Andy of the Andre Sue Knits podcast, and she's changing shows soon, moving to another channel which she'll be working on with another cat's attacking me, with another one of her friends. In fact, I can't remember quite what it's called. I wonder if I could bring it up online quickly, and then I think it's Fibre something. I will have a nosy. So here we are, taking its sweet ass time. Fibernation show. So that's with Andre Sue and I'm not sure, I can't remember the other lady's name. But anyway, you should check that channel out. because I know that they're thinking, I think it's going to be set up pretty soon with some episodes. Oh, unless they've stopped doing it because I've just gone onto their channel, it says that it's no longer available. So I take that back, people. Ignore everything that I'm saying. Anyway, in here I have my silver birch socks, which seem to be taking forever. So you saw me at the heel, which I'm still at the heel on this one. I'm not gonna lie, I've not done much knitting this week I've done quite a bit of knitting. The week previous I had literally done none. I was not too well in my mind that I needed to fixate on this, and I didn't. I was fixating on other things that were bad for me and therefore making myself very ill. But this week I turned it around, so this has been like my saviour. So I've been working on these, my Harry Potter socks and my dad's sweater. I've tried to cram all this knitting in 1 week, so I had something to show you as well. It's been a bit absurd. But anyway, I'm nearly, I think I've got part of a repeat left, and I'm then got to finish the cuff section, the cuff pattern. I think there's like 3 charts or something just for the cuff, which is mental, because there was only 2 charts for the rest of the sock. But they're coming out wonderful. And I've already tried the foot on, and it fits perfect. So that's a relief, because I don't want to have to go back and re-knit these. No way. And I've still got the other one to begin. But once I get cracking on these, I swear I'll get on with them quite quickly. I think the other day I did 2 repeats of the cable pattern in one day, so I think it's like an 18 row repeat, so it took quite a while, but they're coming on leaps and bounds in comparison to some projects, which I'm going to show you next because I've barely touched that one. So anyway, so those are those. They're coming on lovely, and the yarn that I'm using for this is the Tweedy sock from Maya of the Wool Barn, which is amazing. There is a yarn that I nearly bought for the Vilda's Mere shawl. I'm doing a lot of pointing today. I am very sorry. Just pointy. Which Maya had in her update this week, and I got cartjacked twice, 2 different colours, and I still got cartjacked. It seems that every colour I picked somebody else wanted before me, and then none of the other colours were really suitable, so I just left it at that. But if you've got the moss colour in her cashmere base, you got there before me. I am gutted. But it looks gorgeous, so well done. My next whip is my dad's cable sweater, which I have barely knit on, but I've done a little bit. Okay, so I think before, the last time I showed you I was where this marker is. I've been kind of popping this marker in every week, in fact. So this marker I think I actually put in on last Sunday. So I've done quite a bit, but not nearly enough as I'd like. I think I did about this much in one day, and then I did a few more rows another day. But I'm now in the raglan section, so I'm shaping for the armhole, which is great, and it is looking awesome. So I'm really impressed. It gets difficult at this point. I have a notebook to tally what row I'm on in the pattern repeat. I have a chart with the pattern just drawn up so I don't have to read the written instruction. So the tally of the rows line up with my chart. And then I've now started decreasing, so I also have now a post-it that also tells me what row of the decreasing I'm on, so I can see just by looking at it that if I've got an even number on there, then I'll be decreasing on my next row, but if I've got an odd number I won't be when I come back to it, because it's getting complicated, guys. Getting complicated. And I now also it doesn't just stop there. I've also got a piece of tracing paper over the top of my chart so that when I decrease out a stitch at each side, I can cross that stitch out. And then I need to check, because you have 3 stitches before the pattern, I need to count along 3 stitches, and that's the stitch that I start my row on to work. I'm telling you, it's an intense project at this point. I am loving it though, and I think this is easy in comparison to what the front will be like, because I've got the neck shaping to do in my front. So yeah, this is like easy peasy in comparison to what I'm gonna be like when I get to that. So, but back first, concentrating on the back first. I'm not gonna worry about anything else. So back and then the front. So yay, so it's coming on. I've nearly finished that, and hopefully, I'm hoping this may be next week, I might have that done. But now that both of my projects are cable projects, it's a bit intense, isn't it? And I don't intend on actually casting anything new on until I've at least got my cable socks out of the way, because I feel like they're lingering now. And my April socks, I just want to concentrate on April socks when I get to that point. So this is nice. So next thing that I wanted to chat about is podcasts that I've been watching. So this week I've had a full week off of work for Easter. I only had to book 4 days, so I decided, yes, 4 days, I can give up 4 days to have a full 10 days away from work. That will be amazing. And decided that it was just the perfect opportunity to have some relaxed time because I needed it. So I've spent this week not just pottering and doing bits and going out with my mister and enjoying our time together. I've also been watching some podcasts and some films and doing a bit of knitting and immersing myself in plenty of things. So I've been watching some new podcasts. Well, I say new. I've been watching 2 new podcasts. No, 3 new podcasts. Anyway, I've been watching the Notorious podcast, which I heard as being shared on the Grocery Girls podcast, which I still haven't had a chance to watch yet. Maybe this evening I'm going to sit down and watch an episode, because it's about time. It's finding the time that is difficult, isn't it, for all this podcasting. But the Notorious Girls I found on YouTube, and I just saw that they had an episode and it was new, and I was like, right, I'm watching that straight away now. Go watch it. And they are lovely. They are 2 friends, 2 teachers. They are both relatively new at knitting, but it's so nice to hear what they are making, hear about some little blunders that they come across and have to, work around it or reknit and things like that, because we're all just regular people. These things do happen to us all in knitting. Trust me, I have to pull back stuff all the time. But it's just nice. It's nice to see them progress, and it's nice to see what they're making. And it's nice because they're generally friends, which is lovely. I love watching friend podcasts. Like Chelsea and Sue of the Legacy Knits podcast. I love watching their interactions. And also the All Loops Girls Fibre by Design podcast. I love watching Sarah and Lydia's connections together. They're just brilliant. And also as well, my friend Twee and her friend Kimberly of the Twisted Stitches audio podcast, because it's just nice. It's nice to listen to. I love that. Anyway, Notorious podcast, go and watch it because they're lovely and they're fresh ladies, knitting ladies. The next one that I've been watching, I actually subscribed to a while ago. I just haven't had the chance. I really need to make more podcasting time, because I thought I made enough, and I think I've gotten a bit lenient in my podcasting time as of recent. But anyway, Charlotte and Gus, how adorable. And not only that, but the episode that I watched was not this episode, it was the episode before, and she showed little Gus in his little box of cuteness. Adorable. But she makes some lovely knitwear, and she's really nice. I think she's from France. But anyway, go and watch that podcast, because it's really just relaxed and chilled out. And then Jenny of Learn Larch podcast. Yay, Jenny! I finally got to watch your show. It's lovely. I think I watched the episode with you and your friend, and you were basically sat in a little ditch or something in her garden. But anyway, there's lots of trees around you, and the nature looked so gorgeous. And again, you and your friend were just so like immersed in giggling and having such good company. It was great to watch. And so yeah, really enjoyed the podcast. Then we have other podcasts that I've been just catching up on. So I've been catching up on Brooklyn Knit Folk with Jacqueline. Hi Jacqueline. Shannon of Socksettra, been catching up on yours a little bit as well. And Amber of the Yarn Junkie. So I sometimes leave a few episodes and then I watch them back to back, which generally works because it means I don't really have to change channel much. And then I get to see what you've done over a good few weeks, and I quite like that. And then also it's great to see back, because I know that sometimes podcasters have breaks away and things like that. The Kemper of the Yarn Junkie podcast, she's also back. And obviously some of us podcast when we feel necessary to podcast, which is just right. You don't have to podcast all the time. I think we burden ourselves into having to make a schedule, but technically we're everyday people. We shouldn't have to tie ourselves down. This is meant to be for fun. But Kemper discussed that she'd been having some troubles, and basically talked about that progression that she'd thrown herself then out of thinking about these troubles and immersed herself into something she could look forward to, and hence her new yarn project, which is amazing. So well done, Kemper. And there is absolutely no shame in not feeling well. All of us have moments like that. And then Leah of the All You Knit Is Love podcast, which I know Leah has had a few occasions where she spent time away from her podcast, which is totally cool. But I really loved seeing her again, which was really nice. So hello. And then I think that's it. So I've been watching quite a lot of podcasts as of recent, and it's just been great to catch up with them all. Next up, I want to tell you that the Postman has been. Yes. So this week, I will just grab a few things from behind. The Postman delivered a package, a little swap package that I did with Sarah of the Reluctant Knitter podcast, and we decided to do a little tea swap because there was some tea in the UK that she was wanting to get a few boxes of. There was some tea in America that I wanted some boxes of, and so we did a little bit of a swap. So the one that I really, really love and really, really wanted myself a box of is the Tazo Chai. I have had a couple of these popped in my swaps in the past year, and it is my crack. It's my tea crack. I love this stuff. Love this stuff. I would drink this all the time. However, rationing is important. So she sent me a lovely box of this, and then we swatched 2 boxes. So she sent me a box of organic peachy green. I was wanting to try the peach cobbler, but she couldn't find that anywhere, so that is fine. And she offered to send me some of this, and I was like, ooh, why not? Go for it. It's actually a mixture of green and black tea, but it also has peach and cucumber notes, which I love cucumber. So it's a very delicate tea. I've already tried this one. It's lovely, but very delicate. And then she also snuck in, I thought she'd snuck in an extra box. I remember actually that Sarah mentioned to me that she wasn't too keen and wondered if she could send me this, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll give it a try. So she also sent me the sweet cinnamon spice, so I'm looking forward to trying that. So thank you, Sarah. And then along with the teas, move that out of the way, a lot of tea rattling. She also sent me a little mini skein of her hand spun. Look at how gorgeous this is. It is beautiful. So thank you, Sarah, because I really love this, and it is going in my blanket. It's going in my blanket. Mine. And then she sent me a little stationery set, which is super cute. I love post-its for marking down the rows that I'm on with my patterns, so those are perfect. And the little heart paper clips. How can you not love those? So thank you so much for swapping with me, and I hope we can do it again in the future. And then also another Postman parcel came to, well, it didn't come to my door, it came to the sorting office, and I went and did a bit of a collection. I won a giveaway on Instagram hosted by Farmer's Daughter Fibres. That's your label. And this is squish worsted, 100% merino wool, 218 yards, 100 grams, and this is the horse belly colourway. You can find her shop as well at thefarmersdaughterfibres.com. That's the label. And it is absolutely soft and squishy. Now the giveaway that was hosted on her Instagram page was to win 4 skeins, and this is intended to make the fun shawl by Drea Renee Knits, which is Andrea Mowry. So these are the 2 colourways. So the pink is Honky Tonk Pink, and the blue is The Last Best Place. So these are absolutely gorgeous. So I received these maybe last week. I don't want cast on straight away. I want to wait because I've got other things that need to be knitted first. I'm not a monogamous knitter, but I find once I get to a certain amount of projects, I panic, and I like to get them out of the way before I start anything else. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I think because they're so heavily intricate patterns, both of them, I'd rather get one out of the way and start something else. So that's what my intentions are. So I absolutely love this yarn. It is gorgeous, and I'll have to let you know how it knits up nearer the time when I start knitting it. So thank you so much, that was lovely. I was a bit miffed because I'm sure that most people know that when you get parcels, that if in the UK, if it's over £34 gifted to you, or $34, I can't remember which way around it is, I think it's £34 gifted to you, it gets a tax and handling charge, which is the same if you buy a product from across the seas in America, outside the EU, that's more than £15, you will get a tax and handling fee. But because it was gifted to me and it was over that much worth, I got a tax and handling fee, so I still had to pay £16 to get my prize, which was a little bit annoying. They should think more about these sort of charges, because it's quite a lot. Like, I know why, but really, on a gift, I think it's a bit tight, to be honest. But anyway, we all have our qualms with the post. But anyway, I absolutely love it, and it was worth paying for, so I do not mind at all. And I think that's it for what the postman brought me this week. So the next thing, this is going quite quickly, this podcast. I feel like I've made it really short. I have the giveaways to announce. This is super exciting. Well, I think it's super exciting. I drew, just before I started podcasting, I have drawn the 2 winners using the random number generator, like we all do. I do it off thingy because I make a mess of things and it takes me time to scroll through everything as well. But anyway, I have drawn for the U Loco package, which I will show you again. And this is for the sweater knit along that me and Amina of the Knitting Expat podcast hosted together. And I received a package from Hugh Loco, which contained her spun base, which is 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere and 10% nylon, fingering weight, 400 yards, 100 grams gain in a Twitter painted colourway. So you might remember me showing this quite a while ago. And it is gorgeous. It is really stunning, really subtle, beautiful colours with like slight hints of and speckles of pink and purple in there. So that's gorgeous. In the package she also sent some minis. These cute little minis, which are totally sweet. Pink, a light minty green, and a lovely tweedy blue. And also a cute little project bag, which is absolutely adorable, really nice and well made, with a little tag on it. So, with a square bottom as well. So this is gorgeous. So that's the first prize, which went to post 31, which is Weeping Willow, which is Sue. Yay! Congratulations, Sue. Sue won on the 31st post. She made a featherweight cardigan, which is done in Easy Knits yarn, which is the Dusted Dreams yarn, which I actually have a little bit in my stash, and I should really use that because it knits up beautifully. And you picked a really gorgeous colour, Sue. Really love the colour you've chosen. Anyway, I am so chuffed that Sue has actually won this. Not because I'm favouritism or anything like that. It did come up with number 31. I'm just chuffed because she's so deserving. She made four whole sweaters, garments, in 3 months. I've only made one. I only managed one. One and a little bit of my dad's sweater. So Sue, congratulations. I can't wait to send this your way. You really deserve it and you did a great job on all of the garments you made. So congratulations. Yay! So you'll win this lovely set of things, of goodies. So, the next winner of the second prize of the knit along was post 5, which is RKM Design, which is Becky. She crocheted a cardigan, which is really fabulous, and you win a ball of heart and soul sock yarn, self-striping. You win a project bag from the lovely Hugh Loco. Start again. You win a lovely project bag from the Ravlery shop on Etsy, which is this. It's absolutely gorgeous, so sturdy are these bags, with pockets, plenty of space in. Look at how amazing this is. And if you haven't seen her Etsy shop, it's www.etsy.com/shop/shopLulie. So go over and check her out because she does some amazing bags. Her bags are just beautiful. So you win that, and you also win the lovely Molu shawl, which is a design that Mina created quite recently. It's a brioche shawl design, brioche shawl design, which she's recently put out, and she offered me one of her patterns as a prize. So you will also receive a copy of that. So just get in touch with me, and then I can also send a message to Mina to give you your details. So if both prize winners get in touch with your shipping information, I will get those posted out to you. So congratulations! I hope everybody enjoyed the knit along, because I really did, and it was great to see all of your progress, and I was really, really chuffed that so many of you partook. If you heard the stomping from upstairs, I'm sorry. I thought my ceiling was going to go in then. But thank you so much for partaking in my small knit along. I was thinking of starting another knit along, which I wanted to do a Vera Balamaki Cal. However, I'm going to have a little break, I think, from the knit alongs, mainly because I have my dad's sweater on the go, and I really want to make some overdue progress on that without having to concentrate on any other projects. And I feel that if I'm going to do a Cal, I should really be doing a Cal with you, not just watching on the sideline. It just doesn't seem right. So that's all for today, and thank you for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed the show, and thank you for coming back every single episode. I assume a lot of you do. I really do appreciate it, and thank you for being you. I'm pointing again. So have a fun weekend, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.